Good day, my darlings. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how I survived the ATI TEAS exam. I know my thumbnail, it shows this one, HESI, was only because of the simple fact that I used this as like a substitute for the ATIs, if that makes sense. So, with that being said, what I'm going to do is talk about everything that I used. I don't want to make this too long at all. Why? Because so much information can confuse you. So I'm only telling you what I did, only just as a piece of advice. So you can take it and run with it, or you can take it with a grain of salt. So let's get right into this video. First things first, I'm the first to tell you that I procrastinated when it was time for me to study for my exam. I'm like, oh, you know what? It's so hard and it's going to be a lot of topics on it. And I'm not too sure how to really study for something like this because it holds a lot of weight. And I feel like it has just so much information from the reading to the math. And you guys already know at this point from the science and even for the English as well. And so I want to say for maybe 4 months, probably 5 months, I procrastinated with studying for my exam. In January of 2022, I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and get myself together because I want to go ahead and review because my goal was to take it sometime in 2022. And I'm going to talk about every single thing here. So it's going to be detailed, but a brief detail on what I did. Anyway, to go back to my story, I saw at the time I was dibbling and dabbling with studying. I was not consistent with it at all. And with that being said, a notification popped up on my screen from YouTube, just like the rest of you guys, and it and the YouTuber Brandon Kraft, he's good with the math videos for the ATI TEAS, even for HESI, but in this case here we're talking about ATI TEAS. And in this case here, it was talking about, oh, well, it's time for the ATI TEAS 6 to change to the ATI TEAS 7. I said, whoa, wait a minute now. Because, once they said, oh, yeah, well, it'll be the same concept. It's just fill in the blank and select all that apply. And I hate those. I hate those. When I tell you, when I tell you guys I hate those. Why? Because let's say, for example, out of the 5, 3 answers are correct. Let's say, for example, out of 3, you only pick 2 answers that are correct. It's still wrong. Let's say, for example, the answer is $382.50, but you forgot to put 0.50 cents. Even if you got $382, it's still wrong. I don't like that because I feel like, okay, come on, give me half credit, something. But no, now that it's ATI TEAS 7, as the date of this video, it'll be whatever it is the answer. If it's 3 answers that's correct, that's the answer. If it's 33.789, whatever, that's the answer. And I don't like that. So I said, no, I gotta rush to take it when it's still all multiple choice. So yes, by the grace of God, I was able to take the ATI TEAS 6. By the grace of God. Now, what did I do? Let's get into meat and potatoes now. First, I said, okay, you know what? I'm reading the book, and it's nothing is clicking. So I said, okay, let me go online, let me see what I could find. Of course, YouTube is your best bet. YouTube is like the world's lifesaver, if you will. So here we go. I go on YouTube and I see, okay, so I end up taking the TEAS twice. So I'm telling you guys when I took it the first time and then what I did to take it the second time. So, buckle up in because we're going to go for a ride today. When I took the ATI TEAS 6 the first time, I was studying from Brandon Kraft for math. For English, I was doing Carolyn McCallister. Carolyn McCallister. I also did the Nurse Chung, I want to say, Nurse Chung. So I did those 3. They were like clutch. I did those 3, and then I said, okay, well, you know what? As I watched Carolyn McCallister's videos, the advertisement popped up for the if you want to do the ATI TEAS study package or something like that. So I said, okay, well, I'm not paying no $250 for the whole comprehensive thingy, whatever. Because I'm okay, you know what? That's fine. I didn't take the prerequisites the prereqs that long. Prereqs are like the classes that you need to take before you even applying to the nursing program. But I'm pretty sure if you're studying for this exam, I'm pretty sure you already get that part. So I'm not even going to mention that in this video. Anyway, So I'm okay, I think I should be okay. So I'm like, okay, no, but give me practice test so I could see what the test feels like, I should be fine for the exam. My big mistake when I took it the first time was I was so baffled I was so like wrapping my head around studying all of the practice questions, thinking, okay, well, the question should be the same on the test. Maybe if I study exam B and C or something like that, then okay, well, I should be fine for the real test. Boy, was I wrong. I took the exam April 29th. And that was a Friday. So it was April 29th. I took the exam and I did okay. I didn't get what I wanted, but I'm okay. Like the first time I took the exam, it was like a 73-ish. So I want to say something like that. Let's just to say a low 70, because I don't remember. Because the thing is, when you take the second time, then the first one's like out of the door. So what does that matter anyway? And so I came home super amped. Like, like right now, how I'm like super amped right now. Imagine me like in this mood right now, times 10. And I said, okay, I'm writing everything down. I'm going to take the test again because I feel like I failed the exam. I feel like I got a 58 on the exam. And so I'm okay, like what do I have to do to improve? Because this is not going to work, because with that low score, I feel like I was not going to go anywhere. Hence my hair. Like when I took the exam, I did not go anywhere. The only time I left my house was only to go to work. It was like I didn't even need to even go to the grocery store. Not even go to the maybe I probably did stop at the gas station once or twice, because gas prices today is really something else. Anyway, back to ATI TEAS 6 and 7. Remember, like I said, I didn't take 7, but I'm gonna tell you guys at the end. Watch to the end, and I'm gonna tell you guys what I would suggest. I'm not sure, but we can suggest based on the date of this video. Anyway, I didn't like the score that I got. Boom, time to retake the test. The same day I applied, you have to request the dates that you want to take if you're taking it on campus, because I took my test on campus. Why? Because I cannot bother sitting at home and circulating the like the whole thing that you do if you're taking it at home. I cannot bother. I said no, I'm gonna just go in and take the exam. So so that was that. When I took the test when I took the ATI TEAS 6 for the second time, I'm sorry, I'm all over my words because I'm so excited to share with you guys. Come on, if you're taking a test, do not procrastinate, because it's not as hard as you think. Now, second time that I took the exam, I said, okay, you know what? I had a month to take it because, mind you, the T7 came out June 3rd. And the ATI TEAS changes every 5 years. For those of you who didn't know yet, that test changes every 5 years. And so when I was taking it, on top of it, you guys already know, you only have 2 years, you only have 2 times a year, twice a year to take the exam. So they said, for example, if I would have bombed it last year in 2021, I would have been fine, because at least I could have been able to take it sometime in February or March, and I still would have probably been okay. And if I wanted a higher score, I probably would have got a higher score. So, now this goes something like this. From my situation, if you guys already saw past videos of mine, you guys already know that right now I'm up between a rock and a hard place, if you will, when it comes to this particular program for nursing that I want to get into. Why? Because whenever you're transitioning into higher programs for nursing, you have to have at least 2 maths, 2 sciences, and such and such. For the state of Florida, well, at least for the region of South Florida, and I'm sorry, but I'm so excited. So I'm gonna do my best to slow the video down. But like I'm super amped. I'm sorry. Anyway, let me slow this down. For South Florida now, when you the rules are for nursing programs, you have 10 years for your prerequisites before the classes begin to expire. Mind you, most of the math classes that I took are 8-9 years old. So, needless to say, I'm already on that 10-year mark. And I want that because if you, let's say, for example, didn't make it in, or let's say, for example, if I got failed the exam, I would have to wait until 2023 to take the ATI TEAS again. And mind you, you're not taking 6, now you're taking 7 with the multiple choice, fill in the blank, and all that stuff. Well, multiple choice is fine. but I just did not want to fill in the blanks that thought apply. I didn't want that. The only time that I want to select that apply is for the NCLEX. But of course, you gotta pass this foolishness to get to the NCLEX. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm going all over topic, but here we go. So now, for me now, I'm talking so here we go. Now let's go. When I took the exam for the second time, I said no. Right now, I feel like when I took the test for the first time, I was studying milk. And I knew that I needed to pass because I have to, by the grace of God, have to get into the program for 2023 January, like around that time, because I'm like, okay, well, you got to get everything ready, in order to apply by the time you want to get ready to apply for the program. So here we go. It goes something like this. I said, okay, I got to cut out the junk. Right now, I need meat and potatoes. I didn't study no Brandon Kraft, no Carolyn McCallister, no Nurse Chung, not even what's her name? The Jakara Lewis, something like that, something Lewis. But she was good with the math part or something like that. No, it was somebody that I saw last minute. I didn't pay him no attention to it. His name was the math dude, Clutch. Most of the stuff that he had on his practice problems was on the road exam. Didn't know that. If I would have known that the first time, I would have studied that the first time. But guess what? I didn't know. Another mistake that I made. These questions are on Quizlet, Course Hero, Study, Brainly, Chegg. Had no idea. I'm telling you guys now, if I did not study those things from Course Hero, Quizlet, whatever, I would have been doomed. I said, you know what? I said, I'm gonna step out on faith and I'm gonna pay for the Course Hero. I had to, because I'm like, okay, if you don't, you're gonna be stuck. Because these questions that they're asking, you be like, what in the world is this? Like, really? Like, do I really need to know this? Anyway, if I did not study those, I would have been lost. When I took the ATI TEAS for the second time, thanks to Course Hero, thanks to Quizlet, Study, Chegg, and then of course the math dude, I got an 82%. Not as high as I wanted, but only because I said, you know what? Even the questions that I didn't have for the first exam, because the thing is, the questions were recycling. Like, were the questions the same? For me, if I would have studied on Quizlet, Coursera, and everything else that was online, even if you Google ATI, well, this then though, even if you Google ATI TEAS 6 reading questions or something like that, and you'll see people like with the passage and stuff like that on. They may not always be the best angle, but at least you could kind of familiarize yourself with the real questions that will be on the actual exam. On that note, like I said, that was a burning question, but believe me, if I would have known this stuff the first time I would have taken it, I would have been fine. So tips for you guys: if you guys are taking it for the first time, go on YouTube and Google how to pass the ATI TEAS the second time. Why? So that whatever mistakes they made, you could do that the first time. That way you have to waste your time taking the test again. Because guess what? If you take the test again, guess what? You have to pay again. We're college kids. Who has the money for that? Especially nowadays, with the cost of rent, gas, food, water, electricity, lights. So on that note, I would advise to you guys that right now the test just changed. So if you guys want to kind of wait a little bit and then go on Course Hero and Chegg and Google Pictures and just type in little stuff, that way things can kind of pop up and see what works for you guys, do that. Because this video here is to help save you guys. Like I said, I know I'm talking fast. I'm going to go back and slow things down a little bit because I need for you guys to get this. You guys need this. Especially if you're on like meat and potatoes like me, right? Like you really need, like, this is do or die right now. Yeah, you're gonna need that. But let's say, for example, you just got out of your prerequisites and things are so fresh in your head. I would say this: if you took your prereqs less than 5 years ago, you may not need stuff like what was it, Smart Edition. You may not really need that, because I used Smart Edition the first time. Smart Edition was all right, but still, that to me that was still milk. When I used the ATI TEAS exam, their practice questions, it was fine. And I saw some questions from the practice stuff was on there, but still, of course, not enough to pass, obviously. So, like I said, what was clutch and key for me to help me pass, key for me passing was, even if you're taking the TEAS for the second time, study the questions that you didn't even get studied, because all the stuff I was like, oh, that's okay, I might not need this, but let me study just in case. Every single one of my just in case what was on the real exam. I said, oh my gosh, wow. Oh my goodness, wow. And I think that for me, my questions did not repeat when I took the test the second time, because I feel like I took it too close. So let's say, for example, you're scheduled to take the test, let's say June 17th. You take the test. You don't like your score, but you're like, okay, you know what? Let me take the test again. Do not take the test May 15th. No, May 15th. July 15th. No. If I were you guys, take the test, I want to say maybe August 15th, something like that. Only because if you take it too close, I feel like, okay, but you might try to memorize the answers, then I'm going to try to give you the same test. But if you take it a little bit further down, I'm noticing what I see on YouTube is that because they took it a further apart, they got the same test again. You see what I'm saying? So if I were you guys, I'm not sure how the 7 is working. I'm not too sure. But I would probably, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what the 7 looks like. Yeah, they gave you samples online, but I'm not too sure what the 7 what the 7 version looks like. So that's what I'm saying. For now, because this test is so new, I'm not sure if people are gonna have stuff up here. I'm not sure. If you feel confident that you know your stuff, you want to take the test, go ahead and take it. And maybe if you want to go on Quizlet and check and whatever like that, and Coursera and help others do that. But for right now, if you're kind of and you're kind of icky sticky, you didn't pass the exam, but you gotta take it again. But now you gotta take. Excuse me, and now you have to take the 7. I would kind of wait just if you can, if your program admits, if your program admits, just wait a little bit, see if you can find stuff online, because if you need to pass this like me, and you were like walking on eggshells like me, and you have to, like I said, we're not here to promote stuff that may not be ethical, but sometimes desperate times calls for desperate measures, so you have to do what you have to do sometimes. No one's proud of it, but if you have to do, hey. And like I said, if I would have known this stuff was on there the first time, I would have done it the first time. But mind you, obviously you're watching this video because you're gonna take the exam soon, and I would recommend for you guys to say, okay, you know what? If you say, okay, you're confident, it's been less than 5 years since I took my prereqs. Okay, fine. I'll go ahead and I'll do and I'll go ahead and I'll do Smart Edition. I'll go to they'll do the ATI TEAS stuff. Like I said, if you're really bad in all subjects, then I would recommend that you pay the $250 for the guaranteed pass bundle that the ATI TEAS has. Do that. But I'm saying, if you're like a meat and potatoes like me, where it's been at least 4 or 5 years since you took science, and then another 8-9 years since you took math, and you're like on eggshells like me, Quizlet, Coursera, Google Pictures. That's your best bet, because you have. Like me, like I said, you're not proud of it. No, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do. You have to. You just have to. So to go back and recap, look, I have this is how when I began to write down look at how thick this is. You guys see how thick this is? But if I knew that I had to write it down and say it out loud for me to memorize the answer, then that's just what I had to do. Because obviously this was not going to help me pass. It wasn't. So quick recap. Would I buy Smart Edition? If I took my prereqs less than 5 or 6 years ago, you may not need it, because it's like it's like they're giving you the milk of the program. If you took it more than, you may, because some stuff you're gonna tend to forget of years of not practicing the material. So if you're on a boat where you've been 6-7 years or more since you've taken all the prereqs, then you're gonna need Smart Edition. You're gonna need Carolyn McCallister. You're gonna need Brandon Kraft. You're gonna need Jakar Lewis. You're gonna need Nurse Chung. You're gonna need them. You're gonna need them because why? You also want to understand why is it the answer, not just studying answers. You understand? So that's Smart Edition. For the ATI TEAS bundle, I didn't buy the bundle, but like I said, if you're really, really weak on every subject matter, then you need to get the bundle. If not, just get the little pack. Just get the one with that has the two practice exams, and then if you also get the book just in case. But you may not, like I said, you may not need that, only because, like I said, if I would have known that, I wouldn't bother buying the book. I would have just purchased a Course Hero or a check subscription, subscription, and then I would have just went off that. You understand? So that's that. So, but I was still at least purchase a package from the ATI TEAS with at least two practice exams, just so you can get a feel of what the test is gonna be like. I would definitely recommend that for sure. What's another big one? Jakara Lewis, I would probably watch her, but I would not buy that book. Like I said, but it all depends. Because for me, I'm not a huge math fan, and I think that the biggest distraction for me was when she would say her answers. All I hear is, that's all I would hear, and like, girl, what? So that didn't help me, but it might help you. So I said, go on YouTube and look up Jakara Lewis, the polynomials and all that kind of stuff, and number biggest or greatest. That may help. Brandon Kraft, that may help too. If you also need baby steps for that kind of stuff too. But like I said, you need meat and potatoes, math dude. You understand? You need meat and potatoes, Course Hero, Chegg, Quizlets, Google Maps. On that note, thank you guys for watching all the way to the end. You're welcome. Good luck with your exam. Do not be leaving the hype on all that stuff that they be, oh yeah, get this, get that, because it's a guarantee pack. You know, that's why I said, that's why this video is so long, because I got to break it down for all of your students, for all of my fellow students. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.